Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the conclusion of the tournament tonight here for Runeterra Academy. We're coming at you with the grand finals between the University of Southern California on the blue side going up against Akuma Blades on the red side. My name is Tajigar, Taj for short, joined on the desk here tonight by the amazing Miles David. Miles, any thoughts going into this match after seeing USC's performance in the last one?
We had to eat our words in the last match, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the USC ended up winning the game, even though I don't know. In my opinion, it was still a good draft for OMT, and it's not going to change the fact that USC still won. But kudos to them for winning. Even with a strange draft, I'd have to say they were able to last long enough. But right now, it looks like Akuma have adapted. They're taking out the Quinn. They realize, wait, that's not something we want to deal with. Just get outscaled in side lane on that Quinn, so just want to take that out of there. It's very hard to 1v1 Quinn, find champions that will answer it. Possibly, they could be a Jace or something like that, but I know if Akuma's players are really comfortable on the champ like that. Instead, USC, they're going to first pick the Lulu this time, so possibly they could go for Kog'Maw Lulu. Akuma, they're not going for the Cog. They're not trying to pick up the Cog, so it might be open for USC to take. And Kog'Maw Lulu, probably one of the best bot lanes in the current meta right now. They're just super strong, and their late game is absolutely unbeatable. I have to say, the classic ADC hyper carry is Kog'Maw after all. And Rumble and Jarvan, ooh, this is a spicy one if they decide to go with it. Instead, okay, here we go. They're running it back. We're seeing it again. Rumble Varus the meta. Let's go.
Like you said, the Quinn band away, as well as the Master Yi, taking that away from Wuju something. I already forgot the name. Pardon me. Wuju Senshi. Yeah, Wuju Senshi, who we saw in the Udyr last game. The Seraphine also taken away. We saw Lin on that in the semifinals. Inside of USC, banding went the Lee Sin, and then the Thresh and the Blitzcrank. So some support-heavy bands actually coming out from them. And we're going to see the Udyr once again coming out from Wuju Senshi.
Honestly, the Blitzcrank was a really Blitzcrank ban. I think it's a really good ban for them to take away, just because of how oppressive it was against the bot lane last game. It could have been the game could have been a lot easier for USC if it wasn't for the Blitzcrank. So I definitely agree with them just taking that out. It wasn't really necessarily the Varus that was like winning lane after all. It was Blitzcrank just getting hook after hook, and there we go. The Kog'Maw already picked up, and Lulu will definitely be favored here. I have to say, because she can activate both the Udyr and the Kog'Maw too. So. Really good draft so far, I'd have to say, from USC. Akuma, of course, they have a good draft by themselves too. I'm not saying Varus Rumble's bad, even though we saw it kind of fall flat earlier. It's still a really good combination, and I think Akuma, the defending champions of the Open Elo tournament, of course, they won last time. I think they can make some good work with it. And Bard being picked up, spicy.
Bard very strong. Bard is very strong at the moment, correct?
He's pretty good. They did nerf him, but you know what makes Bard isn't like the numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's his ability to come out from different angles. It's his ability to Zonya's entire area and make plays around the map. That's why you pick Bard, not necessarily because his numbers got tuned down. So definitely something that sport player of Akuma Esports Fails can do work with. We'll see what he can come up with, whether he'll be able to make the plays that can win Akuma the game. Yeah, it's interesting so far. We do have different focuses. Akuma, they definitely have more of a mid-game focus power spike with the Rumble, the Varus, and the Bard. And USC, they want to scale up. They want to get to that late game. As we saw last time, they seem to be able to stall and get there. It's a very reliable strat. If they get to late game, the Kog'Maw Blue is definitely going to be a nightmare to deal with.
Yep. Urgot and Galio will round out the bans for the side of Akuma Blades. LeBlanc banned away by USC. We're still waiting on their final ban to come through. But, with the Urgot banned away, I would love to see, you said you have the Kog'Maw and the Udyr ready to be empowered, but I say, sure, throw in one other valid option for the, Wild Magic, Lulu R. Wild growth. Thank you.
Yeah, there we go.
Throw in another possible carry sort of champion to just make it even harder for them to deal with.
Well, then they'll need to field the front line besides Udyr. I'd have to imagine.
After last game, maybe not.
Okay, yeah, true. Maybe they can just field the opposing top laner. That is also an option. We'll see what they decide to go with. I mean, if they really want to go for the 5v5 team 5 front to back, then they can just decide to pick a tank. They're banning the orange, so I'm assuming they're gonna go for something a bit more carry-oriented towards the top lane, I would imagine. The Sylas being taken away. All right, so there's... The Sylas is a preemptive pick. I'd say there's not really much you can take away from USC at this point. You're not going to do much with the Udyr ultimate or the Kog'Maw ultimate if you're Sylas. Let's be real. The Lulu ultimate's definitely good, but it seems that Akuma are like preempting something that they know USC is going to pick. It's a few champs with some really game-changing ultimates. We'll have to see what they decide to go for. The Zoe,
goodness.
okay, yeah, they're really limiting what the Sylas can do. USC, I think this is really good from them, honestly.
Yeah, Meteorite running it back on the Zoe.
Yeah, you did really good with it last time. Immediately, just chunking players out left, right, center. So almost like Showmaker last night.
Yep. I'm excited for the finals tomorrow. Honestly, I'm pulling for RNG.
Same. Yeah, so this is gonna be such a free tournament for RMG. Just saying, but anyway.
All right.
Ooh, looks like all right. We got to protect the Kog'Maw comp. We have to protect the Pup comp here. Shen immediately pick that Kog'Maw is definitely gonna be safe, and we'll see. We shall see what Inferno can do with the carry pants on his shoulders this time. Their shoulders, her shoulder. It's a Kog'Maw. Okay, there's no gender on this thing. It's a void monster.
Set.
No one can tell me on Twitter. Stop.
Yeah. Okay. No further. Yep. Set locked in for the side of Akuma Blades, and like you said, they're really limiting ultimate choices for the Sylas. You know.
Yeah. There's really only the Stand United and the Wild Growth that Sylas can take that would be very effective. Other than that, you're kind of just playing Sylas for lane because he is very good in 1v1s and side laning pressure if he gets to that direction. But still, looks like we have a bit of a problem when it comes to the... Looks like the top laner DC'd, so we can talk more about the compositions for now. USC, protect the Kog'Maw comp. They have the classic Uzi comp. If Kog'Maw gets ahead, if he gets to late game, then he will absolutely shred through whatever Akuma can throw at him. But Akuma definitely have a chance in the early game. They have the champs to be able to do it. They have the Varus, they have the Sylas, they have the Set, the Rumble. They can set up early game skirmishes and mid game teamfights well to allow them to snowball. And I think that's their goal. And if there's anyone that could possibly do it, it's definitely going to be Akuma.
Yeah, the only fear I have is protect the Kog'Maw. But when you have a Set and a Rumble, and even the Sylas, technically, he gets some backline access with his E. All of a sudden, you could find 2 or 3 champions right on top of that Kog'Maw. And, Shen and Udyr might be caught out front. Plus, you have the Bard to try to use that Tempered Fate to try to set up the perfect engage coming out from the side of Akuma. That's just going to make things much more difficult for the side of USC in that sort of approach they want to take.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, regarding draft, I'd have to say that USC, of course, they have the more reliable team comp, and obviously because they can just wait for scaling, they don't really have to do much. The onus is not on them to make the plays, the onus is on Akuma to make the plays. But definitely, as you said, Akuma has ways of getting into that backline, and Kog'Maw, Inferno will have to really be able to position well in that regard to avoid everyone coming at him. But he has the support he needs. He has the Shen, he has the Lulu to be able to do it. We'll see if he can carry this game.
Yep. And we've seen the Varus coming out. We know that lethality is... it's a very popular build, but do you think we'll be seeing the lethality come out once again, or going up against the Shen and the Udyr and seeing the issue that Omega Titan had last game with not much sustained damage? Do you think we might see the on-hit Varus come out this game?
I think I might actually favor the on-hit Varus in this game, just so that you can at least match Kog'Maw when it comes to the mid-game. Otherwise, he might overpower you. Unless of course, unless the bot lane of Akuma is really just confident in themselves, their ability to snowball from winning lane very hard, then I'd say that going for on-hit Varus would be a lot more reliable.
Okay. Let's see what else is here.
See between these and Indy. Yeah, we're just to audience. We're just having a bit of problems with the lobby, but hopefully everything will be good to go in a bit. talking about the players here, Akuma Fluke, he's a really good mid laner, so we'll see what he can do too. I'm assuming he's gonna be the one taking the Sylas, and you know, we saw how powerful Sylas can be in MSI.
Yep.
Maybe Fluke will be able to do the same thing. Instead, we might have a few issues, so maybe we should go into a break.
Yep. Yeah, we're still sorting out some issues. Well, okay. All players have joined the lobby. I think internet issues have been finished off, but in the same vein, I think our conversation over this draft has been finished off. We've gone over it in depth. Now it's just waiting on in-client champ select to finish up. And then after that, we'll get right into the grand finals here between the side of University of Southern California and Akuma Blades. With teams like that, you know it's going to be an absolute banger of a game. So stick around with us. We'll get it to you right after this break. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand finals of this final open tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. We're here watching the University of Southern California on the blue side going up against Akuma Blades on the red side. We saw USC do some crazy things with a rather crazy team comp in their game in the semifinals, and they've gone a bit more conventional here. See if they can keep up their high level of play, but they're going up against Akuma Blades, a team that you will not find success with if you bring anything less than your highest level of play.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Akuma Blades did win the last Open ELO tournament, and right now they're dancing against each other. Very high level skill right here, as you can see between the legends.
I'll be honest, it does take some skill to spam emote and move in such a fashion.
Yeah, right now everyone's just looking at each other. Very safe play right now across the map. Bard did fall back in order to grab his Oracle Lens. At least Rumble did so as well. So just making sure that Ward, no early intelligence taking place with deep wards early in the map. But both junglers playing safe, it seems, and starting on opposite sides of the map, so shouldn't be too much action in the early game, unless we see some really like some lane kingdoms type stuff that we should see from the Varus and the Varus against the Kog'Maw. And Indigo, he is going for the lethality belt this game. He's sending it.
Yeah, send it.
He's gonna dominate lane. That's what he wants. He wants to do his best in that regard. Stop the Kog'Maw before he can get very strong. And we'll see what happens in that regard.
Yep. I did go with a straight up tier start. I'm not sure if that's
that's a normal thing.
Okay,
so you're using your abilities a lot. As Varus, you can stack that up quickly, get more mana for yourself, and so far Meteorite. Meteorite. Wait, what? Set has no eye. Is this a bug?
Oh, I don't think it's a bug. He probably just forgot items.
There's no way. He was just doing sit-ups there in the base and forgot. There's no way. Very high level from Akuma right here.
Well, okay, let's check.
This a bug,
he's sitting on 63 base, 5 bonus AD. So yes, I think it's not bugged out. We can't see them. He did not buy items.
Yeah, he hasn't spent any of his gold. I'm checking the gold right now.
Well, so that's not the ideal way to start a game, but it is Akuma Blades. We can't discount them. I'm sure they would have pulled through despite that.
Yeah, we'll have to see, but definitely not the best start that you could have if you're Chris Diff on the top lane. But I guess, Seth does have a lot of really good innate regen ability, so he should be able to at least last in that regard. But White fails, he might be in trouble, but he has a portal.
So far out.
No problem, man. It's a Bard. But the priority is not going as well as it could be, I guess, for the bot lane, and it just shows the power of the Kog'Maw Lulu right now. Honestly, how strong that bot lane duo is at the moment. But it looks like we might have some action in the mid lane. We'll see. As Rumble and Udyr might be meeting up.
Would you essentially did take that bottom scuttle? So if he's able to steal this away, this would be a double scuttle for him. Gonna land the stun.
He got it.
Missed and will take it. Now it's trying to stay on top of Hexmist.
Oh!
Hammerstar lands with a bunch of damage, but first blood goes over to Hexmist with the help of Fluke. The kill is found on the Udyr, but Fluke is now in a tough spot. Flashes defensively. Meteorite follows with a flash of his own. Will he be able to finish him off? And that's 2 kills now in favor of USC.
Yeah, Zoe picking up that flash on the ground left by the Silas. Unfortunate, able to get the kill. So despite Rumble getting the first blood, it still definitely favors USC in this regard. And they're starting off strong in this game. It seems Meteorite on his Zoe absolutely dominated during the last game in the mid game.
Yep.
Getting so many picks for himself, and that's a very good, nice stun onto the.
Ooh, boy.
How is Kristoff doing this without items? Oh wait, he has items now. All right, cool.
Oh, yes.
Very
Okay.
nice.
But now we'll essentially wrapping around. We'll be spotted out. Yeah. Kristoff did recall. Did use teleport to get back to lane, however. Now Fails is once again caught in a strange spot, but does have the magical journey ready to go. In the meantime, ready to go is Wuju Senshi in the top lane, bursting down Kristoff very quickly. There's the kill. A nice gank coming through, but now in the meantime, in the bot lane, we have a gank coming through. Hexmist will flash onto Inferno. Inferno flashes away. Lin brought solo. Indigo will finish him or her off. I suppose her. It's a Lulu.
It's a Lulu. It's a Lulu. I actually just referred to the gender by the champion name.
Yeah.
Well, whoever.
That's
I have no idea
option.
who the player
We'll go with
is.
that.
So Lulu get taken down. So she's gone. Had to die for the sins of overextending. Of the bot lane overextending without any jungle pressure and not being respectful of the different angles Bard can do. She can just even though it is warded, they can just skip that and they will be able to get the first dragon for themselves. So Akuma Blaze are not going quality in the night, despite the early game deficits they had. They're fighting back really well. Yep. Hanzo has to be careful though. It's still set. You can never underestimate set and lane.
Nope.
He just comes at you. You think you're about to kill him, and then no, W.
And starting off with the Vamp Scepter and the Dagger, I'm assuming this will be a Blade of the Ruined King first item for Kristoff on the set, which I would say is pretty good, especially going up against the Shen. Nice Paddle Star, finding a good angle around those minions that are coming out from Meteorite.
That looked like it shouldn't have.
Yeah,
hit,
how did
but you really weaved that well, I guess. From Meteorite, I guess he really knows the hitbox of his Battle Stars, which makes sense. He does have the Prestige Edition Zoe skin. Probably really likes the pick, you know? Can't blame him. It's a fun champ.
Yeah, and we've seen how well he can perform on her. So, Hexmist on the Rumble, going with the Conqueror as opposed to the Dark Harvest, which is what we saw on the Rumble last game. You have any thoughts about that rune selection?
I think it's a more of a late game focus style where you're trying to be really sticky onto the enemy, and you'll be able to proc Conquer off with the Rumble E. So, but not proc the Conqueror. You'll be able to stick to the target more and be able to get more auto attacks in using the Rumble E, so you can proc that Conqueror and be able to fight in a sustained manner. And I think it might be better if he's fighting against tanks like the Shen and the Udyr. So.
Hexmist once again showing up on the spot side of the map. Blastcone ready to go. He has yet to take it to fly over the wall.
Ooh, there we go. All right, so just a normal, very normal early game. I have to say from both teams, as a low state is broken up. There's not really any objectives on the map to fight over. Maybe when the Rift Herald spawns, both teams want to pivot towards that side. And Akuma, Kristoff, really having his priority stamp there in the top lane.
Here comes a roam from
fails.
Meteorite. DP Trouble Bubble comes out, but fails. Well played with the magical journey, knowing that Meteorite probably wants to catch him right at the exit with that bubble. Waits a bit and then goes through. Well played by him on the Bard there.
Yeah, roam by Zoe. He did have some free time to at least go try to get the gank off in the bot lane. So nice attempt. Not gonna amount to much. But yeah, that will at least allow Silas to get back. Fluke gonna get his lost chapter ready. That's a decent power spike for Silas. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. Possibly 1v1 Zoe.
CS practically even across the board, except for jungle, where Wuju Senshi sits on about a 15 CS lead on Hexmist on the Rumble. But, you know, with the Udyr being such a quick clearer, I don't suppose we can be all that surprised with that.
Yeah, honestly. can't wait for the Udyr rework to just see what happens instead of this kind of thing that we see where Udyr just is really good. Despite all the nerfs, he's still just a really good champion into the jungle. All the nerfs, the jungle changes, and he's still good. And okay, look,
Showstopper comes through, but the show is just starting here in the top lane. Genzo being out way out front. Hex missed there to help secure the kill. It'll be Kristiff with the haymaker, finding the kill onto Genzo.
Really good for Kristiff right there. And looks like they will go for a dive here. There's no mana on the Varus.
Yep,
That's how flash and heal though.
Udyr Senshi steps forward, but Indigo backs away early. So no chance for a dive here, but they will secure at least one plate on the spot tier 1 turret.
Honestly, you're good with this if you're Kog'Maw. You're at least able to get more gold onto your very hyper scaling AD carry. But really good job on the top lane for Akuma, finding that kill onto Genzo, finding the right opportunity. Oh, that was close.
That's close.
Fails almost get. Oh, will he get this one? No, he's not gonna go for it.
Oh, wait, Tempered Fate comes
Tempered Fate?
out. Indigo steps forward. Does he have ultimate ready to go? Chains of Corruption will land, as does the Equalizer. Wild Growth already used on Lyn to try to stay alive. Fluke is here as well. Indigo firing away with auto attacks. Abscond. Abduct will land onto Inferno. Inferno brought low. Fluke finds the kill. 2 kills unanswered in the bot lane for the side of Akuma Blades.
Oh, man. Well played by Akuma. The answer for Udyr is going to be on the cross map there, getting the Rift Fire from the top, but really well played. And Lyn, just backing on a ward was her downfall, I guess. The Tempered Fate from the bar was amazing, and the layer of CC was just perfect. It was chef's kiss. Beautiful from the side of Akuma, able to get the timing completely right. The Chains of Corruption landed just at the right time. Then in came the ultimate from the Rumble, and that's the kind of thing you want to see from Akuma if they want to win this game, because they have to get ahead. They have to be getting these early kills. They have to be snowballing.
It looks like they're in poised to do that. Blade of the Ruined King picked up by Kristiff, immediately teleporting back to his lane as I speak. That is the first completed item on the Rift. Starting off with no items, but then being the first one to complete it. But then again, he started off with no items, so I guess that's 500.
Absolutely sandbagging. Sandbagging this man. Kristiff in the
5 head
right now.
You just get your first item quicker if you don't buy any items at first.
Yeah, could be, definitely. And right now, it looks like they're probably going to give up the second Drake too, I would imagine.
Look at this damage coming through. Showstopper haymaker. Solo kill for Kristiff onto Genzo.
This set is very strong right now, and it's just a complete Blade of Ruined King, able to give him so much sustain, so much damage, and there's no way Shen can match him at this point. And it might not be the case where Shen will match him for the next long while. At least until we get to the late portion of the game. Tempered Fate. I think it missed.
Once again.
I think it missed.
Flat, yeah. It did force a flash out of Inferno, however. So that's big.
Alright. Darn. Alright. There's the Chain of Corruption. And this bot lane.
Every land is a Wild Growth. Lyn is up, but will go down. Just as I say that, Fluke revisiting the bot lane finds a kill onto Inferno, who was flashless after that Tempered Fate. And Akuma once again finding these kills in the bot lane.
Yep, definitely. I mean, here's the thing, right? They're doing the classic solo queue strat of gank the bot lane, and again. They can able to do that. And they're able to just do that. They're losing summoners right now. They can go for another one, honestly. Once their ultimates are back up, they can just keep going for that dive again and again and keep getting an advantage of it. And now Akuma, 3,000 gold lead ahead. But USC, they've been in this situation before. We literally just saw them last game. Oh no!
Oh, Magical Journey comes through. Well played by Fails to get out of there. Now Hexmas trying to collapse on a meteorite. X-Fluke is here to help. And he stole the Kog'Maw ultimate.
Very underwhelming. That's a very underwhelming ultimate for Salas to take. They really limited the amount of stuff he can pull out. But yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's the last bit of damage that you can possibly get and snipe someone out. But right now, Akuma are ahead. Doing a real good job showing why they are the last tournament winners. And right now, across the board, maybe except for mid lane, they've been winning outright.
Yep. Indigo all alone in the bot lane as 3 members of USC start wailing away on that turret. Chains of Corruption are ready to go if he wants to make something happen.
Oh, they're going to get the first turret, though.
Summon. Tempered Fate. Will that save from the charge? Yes. Did it? I think it did.
It did.
It did.
Yep. That's something you have to watch out for with the Bard. Definitely. Okay. So they were. That could have been first tower for
Chris Diff now trying to
for
stay
USC.
on top of Janzo.
Oh,
Haymaker
my
out,
gosh.
beautiful damage coming through. And, you know,
going-
he can take first turret right here as well.
Yeah, pretty much. So all the advantage right now going for the Akuma. The USC tried to answer with a tower in the bot lane, willing to trade that, get the first serve from top. But Bard just denied that, fails, doing an absolutely wonderful job on this pick. And I have to say, it's gonna be an uphill battle for USC this time.
Oh boy, Sleepy Trouble Bubble
there
will
we
went
go.
onto Hex, missed. Fluke going in to try to help out his jungler, but that is not the right call. Forced to flash away defensively. Shut down coming through from Janzo onto the Silas. You know, the Silas stole the Zoe ultimate, and I was like, oh boy, can't wait to see what he does with that. That's going to be 2 kills now for the side of USC, showing signs of life there in the mid lane.
Okay, so they're able to get the mid turret and unlock Meteorite across the map. That's pretty big, honestly. If Meteorite can be around instead, trying to deny those dives onto the bot lane and allow Cogbot to be a lot safer, then that's their ticket into this. Things are not bleak yet. They're just 2,000 gold behind after all. It's not too big of a lead for Akuma just yet. And Indigo has to play it safe. He knows that there are a bunch of people near his area of the map. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Oh. Yeah. And he went Dustblade here instead of
He
Prowess.
went Dustblade, yeah.
Temper
Still a lot
Fate comes
safer.
through.
Wow.
It lands onto Inferno. Chains of Corruption. Flash coming out. Wild Growth, however, that's going to keep him up for just a couple seconds longer. But it is not enough. You can't be surprised. We'll just do some damage onto Indigo. A well-executed kill there in the bot lane for the side of Akuma.
Fails and Indigo, they just land this combo so well. They definitely practiced this, knowing the exact timing of when to land the Chains of Corruption after putting the Tempered Fate in. But really good job from the bot lane of Akuma to deny the back from Inferno. And this bot lane of USC have just been getting completely punished time and time again with these unfavorable matchups.
There's the Abscond Duck, but that Zoe interaction with the ultimate, I don't think that's exactly what you want. Steep Trouble Bubble, out comes the Equalizer. Look at that damage coming through on the Hexmas. Flashes forward to try to secure the kill onto Meteorite, but there's not enough. Lin will pop Hilo to keep him up. X-Fluke is forced to run for the hills, but Wuju Senshi wants to keep up the chase. Bear Slap comes through, as does the stun. No taunt lands. X-Fluke is here all alone, fails doing his best to try to heal. Yep, teleport coming through from Chris Diff on the back side. He's running all the way around, just have Showstopper ready to go.
Just to get out.
We use it on. There's a tough Haymaker will not land on anybody. Chains of Corruption. Janzo's locked up and brought low by Indigo. That is not enough to secure a kill.
Oh, Cogmo's here.
Coming through from Inferno. That damage coming out from
so much damage. Can they take it?
Showstopper still ready to go on Chris Diff. This could be a big engage here onto this Dragon Pit.
Question. Zoe's back though. Meteorite.
Chris Diff going in. Haymaker. He's taunted. He might not be able to get the ultimate off in time. He is not. Meteorite will find the kill. Hexmist has come back through from the base. In comes the Tempered Fate. Janzo is gold for the time being. Will be finished off by Hexmist. In the meantime, we have Fluke in the back line finishing off Lin. Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto Hexmist, brought low by the Paddle Star. Infernal Drake was claimed by the side of Akuma Blades. Fails continuing the chase onto Inferno. That should be the kill score by Indigo. No, the shot goes wide, but X-Fluke is here. But Indigo doesn't need help anyway.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah, Sleepy Trouble Bubble with the Cogno passive is kind of scary.
Yeah,
at the end of that fight, Akuma comes out on top.
Yeah, definitely. It was very messy. Everything almost went wrong for Akuma, but the fact that Kog'Maw and Lulu are just so far behind, they're basically what's the term? They're basically balloons that a virus can pop. Honestly, with this piercing arrow, just doing so much damage right now, especially with the completed what do you call it? The Dust Blade. Yeah, there we go. Completed mythic item, just so much damage that they have to deal with, that they have to burst through. And Lulu, they have no armor, they have no tackiness right now. Lulu has not built any armor. She does have her Shirelius, at least, but pretty much besides that, he's basically very, very soft, very squishy. There's not much they can do. They have to weather this early game. They have to weather this mid game in order to survive, and that's already Soul Point though.
Yeah.
Once they get Infernal Soul, it might just be too much for them to handle.
So Inferno is like a Wit's End first item on the Kog'Maw. Is that standard?
Yeah, a lot of Cogmos decided to opt into doing that instead of getting a mythic first.
okay.
Plus, they kind of need the defensive stats right now.
Mhm.
I'd have to say, in order to
Yeah.
even survive, because Cogmos gonna output a lot of damage regardless. So he can build a bit more tanky. I'd have to say he's in the state where you can do that. And that's what a lot of Cogmos opt into doing for. He should be getting the Kraken Slayer second item though.
Well, at least he picked up a cloth armor. So,
Yeah.
I don't.
It will help a bit. It will help a bit.
Maybe a Death Dance or a Guardian Angel.
I'm assuming it's going to go for a Death Stance
Okay.
next, just to thicken himself up. Otherwise, yeah, Varus is just too far ahead right now. Indigo on this Varus pick. Indigo and Fails, I think they were the best part of Akuma right now, able to get so many picks off. The warding from Fails has been on point the entire game. It was because of his wards that they were able to get those picks into the bot lane. So very kudos to the support player on this board. I said during Champ Select that he has to be the one to make the plays, and he is the one making the plays. So good on to Fails for doing that. Gristiff in the top lane, also shining light, and have to say, getting solo kills again and again. Doing so much work.
Yeah, we'll say Fails sitting on 60 vision score, highest in the game, with Lin sitting on literally half that, 30. So, certainly Fails showing off his competence there in that support position.
It's also a lot easier to have a lot higher vision score once your team has pressure on the map, and you can
True.
you don't need to face check. And okay,
Next Fluke locking down Meteorite, out comes the Equalizer. And it looks like this will be the end of the line for Meteorite. Meanwhile, Kristiff in a 1v4 here in the top lane. See if he can do it. Flashes over the wall. Lin is waiting there for him. Haymaker comes out.
have to give this to Kog'Maw?
Not
Okay.
enough. Inferno gets the kill. That's good. You want to donate that over to him. Meteorite
Finally,
able to get away in the bot lane in the meantime.
wait, how did he get away?
I have
from
no
that?
idea.
There's no way.
Oh, Indigo gang collapse here flashes, but the bear slap lands. Sleepy Trouble Bubble. It's another kill going. It's a kill going to Meteorite now. Fails
Wait,
caught out
it's
in
a
front.
disaster.
Tempered Fate catches no one. Magical Journey. Wuju Semshi follows. Inferno as well. Kog'Maw arm misses. That one lands, but it is not enough to secure the kill and fails.
Man, someone get the replay and watch how Meteorite managed to get out that one. He looked absolutely dead. I was like assuming he was dead completely. Oh wait,
I think he used flash, but yeah, still, I'm surprised he was able to get away. Sleepy Trouble lands. This should be Hexamix going down. Yes, there will be. Paddle Stars blocking the Raptor, but Wuju Senshi steps up and locks him down. Things are suddenly turning, and we see USC finding themselves in a
the
decent
jungler's
position.
dead. They can turn towards the Baron. They're doing it right now.
Yep, and it's going to go so quickly with this Kog'Maw as well.
Oh, they're melting it. I don't think they'll make it in time. The teleport's coming in.
Nope. Unless the huge Varus Q comes through, but USC will back away. Chris Diff teleported on the full flank. Showstopper comes through. He lands on all of them. He's just trying to buy time for his team, but he dies already. Inferno will find the kill. USC are now turning onto Akuma Blades.
What a wild turn of events for USC to be able to do that. They're able to catch out Indigo, and again, this Varus getting caught out in the mid-game has turned things around for USC.
Oh.
Fails might be in trouble now.
Fails gets stunned up. Wuju Senshi staying on top of him.
man
Looks like
has
Fails
no
is trying to
fear.
bait for the time being. Wuju Senshi will get locked down by the Chains of Corruption, and the Silas will fall to Hex Mist. Tempered Fate comes through. Lin forced the flash out of that.
That was a big mistake coming from Wuju Senshi.
Flash from Fails to get away from taunt from Janzo.
Dragon's up. They can
Yep.
get it. This is Inferno Soul.
Sea Patrol
Okay.
Bubble lands to Hex Mist. If this Paddle Star lands, it might be the kill. Yes, it is. Beautiful snipe coming out from Meteorite. And now suddenly, they might have to give over this dragon. Sea Patrol Bubble almost lands on Indigo there. It would have been disaster if it had.
They have to wait. They have to wait. Fails?
Magical
He's
Journey
dead?
coming through from Fails, but that was a interesting choice from him. Kog'Maw ult will not land, but the auto attack will. And Fails, separating himself from his team, gets picked off.
What is happening to Akuma? Things are just falling apart for them right now. In the chaos, USC is thriving. They're able to get advantages for themselves, and this is what they need. They're buying time. They're buying minutes for this Kog'Maw to scale up, and he is getting all the kills. This Kog'Maw was 0-4. Now he has 4 kills to his name. He's going for tank Kog'Maw. Oh my
What
gosh.
in the world?
Oh, I was hoping we wouldn't see this. This is the dark tech that I was worried about.
Well, we saw him go tank Senna last game, so I suppose we shouldn't be too surprised.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna go for the Frostfire. Oh my gosh, this is an absolutely horrible build to go against. Varus is not gonna be damaging this guy eventually.
Goodness. USC's ingenuity, I would say, there is shining through in the semifinals and this finals match.
The tech for tank ADCs has been around for a while now in solo queue. I just didn't think they'd go for it, but they decided to go for it. So this Kog'Maw is going for the tank Kog'Maw build. It's between Senna and Kog'Maw, right? Both late game scaling champs that go build tank, and they start becoming absolutely unkillable in the mid to late game. And at that point, you're like wondering what to do with your life, right?
Yeah. Failed like a cutout again, but Magical Journey would take him out of the Baron Pit. Both teams converging for the most part in this area.
This was a 4,000 gold lead for Akuma. And potential to snowball it completely further, but just the chaos in the mid game.
Yep, falling apart.
I don't think the players were aware of each other's locations, and they just didn't know how much danger they were in, especially for Indigo on the Varus, giving up a really big shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
And the flashbacks are real for the semifinals. Somehow USC, they're clawing their way back, despite how horrible of an early game they had.
Let's see, Rumble the Jungle here. No, we will not. Both teams definitely trying to poise to set up for this Baron. If USC can catch Indigo out front, that would be basically the fight, I think. Given over to them.
Someone needs to answer Fluke down there in the bot lane.
Yep.
So
yeah. Janzo used to be down there, but he went up top.
Are they gonna solo? Gonna solo Bolo?
Now it's Wuju Senshi trying to stay on top of X-Fluke on the Silas. I don't really see how the
very useful ult he got there.
But Meteorite X-Fluke walks back into the Paddle Star. That's gonna be a big chunk of damage there. And I'm not sure he has anywhere to go. Trying to stay on top of Meteorite Bit is simply not enough. It's a 2v1. They find the kill, but in the meantime, with the Udyr down in bot lane, they're trying to take this Baron. In goes Daniel with a huge taunt. Heximus forced to get out of there with the Magical Journey. Chris Diff staying in the thick of things. Haymaker comes through. Alice does the equalizer. Beautiful plays coming through from the side of Akuma Blades. It is Wuju Senshi and Inferno now, the last two standing here. Both of them below half health. Chris Diff going in, stunned up. Tempered Fate lands. That will be enough to finish off Inferno. Wuju Senshi gets away with his life. Meteorite trying to get a kill on the flank, but Hexmith stays up, and Inferno almost finishing off the Zoe there with a piercing arrow. But they were able to take Akuma off the Baron at the cost of a couple of their team members' lives.
Oh, that was so close. Very close to... it was basically... what do you call this? Target practice for Kog'Maw right there. Everyone was bunched up into one place. Yep. Kog'Maw was free hitting, but thankfully for Akuma, Chris Diff manages to break through the front line and manages to get on top of the Lulu, able to kill her off along with the Shen, but that was very close to being a complete disaster for Akuma.
Yeah, able to pull through with it. And now Dragon Soul up for grabs in 1 minute and a half. Baron is still up 5 turrets to 1. So all in all, Akuma certainly do have control over the momentum of this game, though we have seen USC able to take advantage of situations like we saw earlier, Fluke all alone pushing down bot lane. But it's once again we saw the Silas in game 1, I believe, Zacharada on the Silas serving as bait, and we see another Silas serving as bait here, drawing both the mid laner and the jungler all the way down to bot lane, so that the rest of his team can try to take that Baron.
Yeah, but this time they have a more focused hyper carry on the other side of the map. They have a Kog'Maw that they really will have a hard time. The Rage Lamp already completed. Once that Rage Blade comes up, Kog'Maw is just going to be almost... his range is going to be strong. His damage is going to be almost unstoppable. And we'll see what Akuma can do. Here comes the Tempered Fate.
It will land onto Inferno. In the meantime, it is Wuju Senshi just trying to buy some time for its ADC. He will. Bear Slap lands. Fails brought very low. In comes the Stand United. Janzo has not yet arrived. Fails gets alive barely. Hexmist will fall. Kog'Maw ultimate stolen by X-Fluke. That's not enough. Indigo get the kill into Lin. Now it's all X-Fluke by himself out in front. Indigo to try and take pot shots all the way in the back. Wuju Senshi staying on top of the Silas, but the healing coming through is huge. Inferno will get the kill onto X-Fluke. Meanwhile, Chris Diff in the top lane, top inhibitor turret, will find the kill onto Janzo. It would to interrupt that Stand United channel. But now this will be this Infernal Drake going over to the side of USC. And if they're able to stack these, that could mean very bad things for the side of Akuma with Zoe and the Kog'Maw.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So what happened there in the top lane? Chris Diff was already teleporting to join the fight, but Danzo managed to stop him just in time. He did give his life for it, but I think that's definitely worth. You got the dragon for yourself. You did give up a tower, but the Kog'Maw getting more and more fed is definitely what you want. And this Zoe Meteorite, he is a complete monster on this pick. Just getting people left and right. He already has his Rabdons completed. Anyone that tries to that gets hit by Paddle Star is immediately just dead outright. Rumble can't survive. Varus cannot survive. Bard cannot survive. Silas, he probably can because he's a bit beefier, but still, I think only Kristoff will be able to survive a full range Battle Star at this point. Otherwise, anyone else getting caught out like that, they're just dead outright.
Yep, I do want to say Meteorite sitting 6, no deaths this game so far too. 6-0-8. The 450 gold bounty on his head on that champion. Horizon focused finished off as well. So that's gonna, provide even more damage on those Paddle Stars. And yeah, like you said, plenty of juicy targets for Meteorite there. We've seen him pop Hex Mist already once in the game, simply with a single bubble Paddle Star combo. So and if they can stack these Infernal Drakes, Meteorite will become absolutely terrifying.
Meteorite is 3 levels above Silas right now. This guy's absolutely massive. This
Paddle Stars literally turning into meteorites. Hey.
Yeah, honestly, these things will punch you in the face, and you're gonna feel it the next morning. Fluke is definitely feeling that. Okay, looks like we have a fight here.
Out in front, Wuju Senshi teleport being channeled by X Fluke. It looks like Akuma want to take this fight. Stand United uses Equalizer, comes out, and his Meteorite getting locked down. He is not dead yet, however. Showstopper comes through. Kristoff trying to stay on top. Will find the kill. Wuju Senshi in the backline trying to keep Indigo under wraps. It is X Fluke out in front. All the members of USC are low. It's a field day now for Indigo on that lethality Varus. Trying to stay on top of Janzo. The Twilight his W will buy some time. Wuju Senshi is trying to get away, but so many slows coming through. A triple kill for Indigo. And the fight goes the way of Akuma Blades.
That is exactly what Akuma needed. They needed to get into backline immediately to take down Meteorite and to take down Inferno. They're able to get him, and the snipe coming from Indigo onto the Kog'Maw sealed the deal for him. Not able to flash away from that. They should be able to get the Baron for himself, and now a very solid lead for Akuma. That's not to say that USC can't fight back. They definitely still can, but they can't fight in choke points like that, where the advantage of the Rumble ultimate holds a lot of value. Chris Diff with the Showstopper will have a lot of value too, and Indigo pretty much is just free to fire his piercing arrows in a straight line at that point. You have to kind of fight in the open, or at least more open areas if you are on the side of USC. Otherwise, the advantages that you've accrued for yourself, the scaling, all that good stuff, the way you can fight front to back, it's just negated completely.
Yep. Rage Blade now finished off on Inferno on the Kog'Maw. That's the one all eyes return to for the side of USC on who might have any chance of carrying this game besides Meteorite. Meteorite getting killed for the first time this game. It was Chris Diff playing very well over in the back line, using that Showstopper to stay on top of Meteorite on the Zoe.
It's going for him again.
Secure that kill. Yep, he's wrapping all the way around. Will be spotted by the blue ward. Looks like backup is on the way. Oh, nice blast cone.
Yeah, the blast cones manages to save his life. Otherwise, probably would have been dead there. That would have been a really egregious throw if the blast cone was
there. Yeah. He does have a 500 gold bounty, so he does want to make sure
whoever
get picked off.
Whoever gets that's going to be extremely happy, or he might not. He might just survive, kill everyone on the enemy team. We'll have to see. The set is absolutely massive too. Can't understate that.
Yep.
Oh man, the ease of execution is just, it feels like it's on Akuma's side though, right? Oh wait, they're just going in on the set.
Stand United. Oh, a stolen Stand United. Tempered Fate will come through and keep Chris Diff alive for the time being.
It's a lot of ultimates used though.
Yeah.
Just to keep Chris Diff alive. So possibly something they can use to get back into this. Stop the push. Despite the Baron buff going down, that's a lot of resources that is currently going down towards this Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
As more and more minions fly into the base.
Yep. Infernal up in 10 seconds.
Looks like they may have to give this up, honestly. They're not in a position to contest. right now.
Yep. So especially with Chris Diff split pushing here. He's already taking out the top inhibitor. They're trying to collapse on him. I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to secure him. Showstopper comes through, trying to buy some time. Stridebreaker as well. Sleeping Trouble will miss Wuju Senshi, keeping up the chase. But there's the Infernal Soul. Claim. And look how low Wuju Senshi already is. This damage coming through from Chris Diff is huge. Staying United will come through.
1v5? 1v5?
Yeah, he's literally 1v5ing. Meteorite will finally get the kill. That's good. That's a good person to put that bounty on. But in the meantime, mid inhibitor has fallen. Mid inhib will follow as well soon. Equalizer comes out to buy some time and some space. It does, and it's down to the bot lane for the side of Akuma.
Or not, but...
Meteorite doesn't land Sleepy Trouble Bubble.
That was amazing from Chris Diff. Despite him going down, he just bought so much time for his team to get the Infernal Dragon and get inhibitors. So that was one of the best deaths I've ever seen from a top laner, honestly. And he held that on for so long. He wasn't even stalling by running away. He was just 1v5ing right there in the middle of the entire enemy team.
Ghost was used. Tempered Fate now coming out. Wuju Senshi is locked down. Do they have enough damage to finish him off? Chains of Corruption will land. A double taunt coming through from Janzo. Wild Growth is used on him as well, trying to buy time, but Fluke will find the kill. Looks like they won't be able to fully continue this chase. Flash forward is on a duck. Yes, they can. Double kill for Indigo on one shot. It fails finding the kill onto Meteorite. Bot lane inhibitor will fall, and all 5 members of Akuma Blades are here in the base. Minion Wave is on its way. Lin, the last alive for the side of USC. Death Timer 30 is the shortest. It is Janzo the Shen with that one. But it looks like it will be too late in the end. Both Nexus turrets fall. Nexus at half health. It's a dance party for the side of Akuma outside of USC's Fountain. That will be the game and the tournament. Going over to, not really surprised, the Akuma Blades.
Yeah, but Akuma really had to sweat for this one. USC was giving them a pounding in that mid game. It could have been very close if it wasn't for a few key fights just going Akuma's way. But their positioning during those fights and the way they were able to target, they were able to use their target selection was extremely good. So props to Akuma Esports. They managed to make it work. It was very close. They were almost getting outscaled, but it doesn't matter. Chris Diff just dipped in the top lane, jumping in towards the entire enemy team. He made it work for Akuma. If I was to give an MVP, it'd probably be to Chris. We'll look at the stats.
Yeah, let's see it. So yeah, unsurprisingly, the Poke Verse with the most damage in the game.
Yeah, obviously.
It's not all of it being like impact damage, but well played by him. Kog'Maw, Inferno with the most damage on his team, naturally, and Chris Diff, he certainly was a Chris Diff, I would say, this game, coming out with the second most damage on his team, even outpacing the Rumble. And just,
this guy started lane without items.
With no items.
This guy started
hey, that's 500 gold put forward toward your Blade of the Ruin King.
I guess.
Yep.
Okay, we're giving MVP to Indigo, apparently. Voted by the stats. Stats people, the people behind us, the professors of Runeterra Academy, I'd have to say. Or is it red? I'm not completely sure. But
no, I think it's
I'm not complaining with that.
I think it's like an algorithm or something. So
yeah, I'm not complaining with that, definitely. Indigo doing a really good job on this Varus. And I have to give a shout out to Fails too on the Bard. Yeah. He's the one who got Indigo super ahead. The Tempered Fate along with the Chains of Corruption was a magnificent combo to see. It happened again and again. In that last fight, we saw how useful it was for the last time. And, Akuma definitely deserved this win. It was close. USC almost managed to pull it over the finish line by scaling up super well, but that's how the cookie crumbles for them. And congrats to Akuma for winning the game.
Yep, for sure. Big congrats to Akuma. They'll be taking the lion's share of that $100 prize pool. That's their second open tournament win here in Runeterra Academy. So congrats to them and well played to USC. And a big thanks and well played to all the teams that showed up here tonight for this final open tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. We'll have another tournament coming at you next weekend. That one will be plat capped. So be sure to show up for that one. It's definitely promises to be an entertaining tournament as well. After that, it is into the league where you can catch an opening matchup that we have already seen tonight, that being Iceborne Ready going up against the side of, who do they play? I literally just thought of it. Iceborne Ready versus Ithaca College. So we were going to catch that on our opening week for the league. that would be it for us tonight. Unless you have any final words, Mr. Miles David?
No, I'm good. I mean, it should be a fun first game for the league, right? We saw a preview of it, and it was pretty even. So hopefully it can be another banger next time.
Yep, for sure. Yeah. Once again, final congratulations to Akuma Blades winning their second tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. Hope you all enjoyed tonight. My name is Tajigar Taj for short. I was joined tonight by the amazing Miles David on the desk. Thank you all for coming out and showing your support. And we wish you all a very good night.